The topic of today's vlog is just how seasons change and how your perspective changes. All right, it is Sunday, February 24th, and today started with, well, I'll call them high hopes. I actually walked out of the house today with this very, very thin, I don't know if you guys can see that, but you can see daylight through that puppy. Walked out of the house with this nice thin sweater on, and, well, this is happening. This is, Ryan, I don't want to hear a word. I know. This is what I get for being in the north. It's frozen. There was a time in my life where I thought a lot of things were beautiful. And then it turns out they weren't so beautiful. See, the reality is that life is full of all kinds of things that change. And as they change, you have to adapt to them. I used to love running around in the snow. I mean, absolutely loved it. It's a little dark in here. Let me turn up my ISO a little bit. I used to absolutely love running around in the snow. Absolutely loved it. But the reality is, I don't love it so much anymore. This is kind of, well, it's cold and it's snowy. And sure, it looks beautiful. It looks clean. That's what I like to say in Detroit. Snow makes everything look clean. And when there's snow on the ground, it holds a little heat. By a little heat, I mean 16 degrees. That's warm when there's snow on the ground. All right, so this is a coded message. I mean, really, there are times when things change in your life and you didn't expect that they ever would. You were hopeful that a different reality would be the reality. And the problem with that is most people in that situation tend to put that pressure back on you instead of just accepting that it is what it is. Like, these things happen, these things change. We walk out the door in the morning and we believe it's going to be one way, and then we get out into the world and it's completely different. We step into a relationship and we believe it's going to be one way, but it ends up completely differently. We go into a position, we believe it's going to end up one way, but it ends up completely differently. People we meet in relationship and we think it's going to be good, but it ends up completely differently. And this is not in any way for me to slam the idea of relationship or people or position or power, any of that stuff. It is to say this, that if we don't go into the world expecting that things will be different than we expect it will be, then we're going to be sadly disappointed. I'm not disappointed. I know that life throws curveballs. My curveballs are, well, they're interesting, and I'm thankful for them. And as I stand here, I realize this is almost a complete white out in the background with the ISO where it needs to be underneath this awning, but at least I'm not getting snowed on. I guess maybe a little bit not getting snowed on. Here it is. We always have to be ready to make the next step in life. And sometimes the next step doesn't feel comfortable, but it's the next step. And you, who are watching this right now, will be faced with decisions where you have to make a step that doesn't feel comfortable. And my hope is that you will prepare yourself like I try to know that changes happen. And as changes happen, you have to be ready to roll with them. And you have to embrace them. The truth about that is, this is awesome. Life is awesome. Changes are awesome. Experiences are awesome. But if you're not ready for it in the right way, well, then you're gonna be sadly disappointed. Like I wasn't ready today, and I was disappointed. Okay, I think it's time for me to go inside. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Let me know how the windscreen did. There's 40-mile-an-hour winds out here today. Let's see if this is clear. Thank you guys for subscribing. Click the like button below. You know, comment. Let me know if you're in Michigan what you think about this. And if you're not in Michigan, Ryan, shut your mouth. I don't want to hear nothing. South Carolina sounds amazing. Maybe I'll book a trip. Like, soon. Now. Maybe. See ya.